Welcome back to One Man's Life Mission. So this will be my first prank. I just arrived. This was when I just arrived in Thailand. Thailand's a different country. They have different laws, and it's perfectly okay to film prank videos or conversations with girls over there. There's no legalities there, unlike in Australia. Although in Australia there's a lot of people that film prank videos where they secretly film talking to people, and the media does that as well. But because it's pickup, they might enforce it. They don't enforce it with prank videos or anything like that. But this is me arriving in Thailand. I arrived there, and as you can see, this is where I was staying. I was staying in this area. Where is it? Somewhere here. I think, yeah, there's Terminal 21, so I was staying somewhere around here. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. The laws are different over there. Obviously, I'm not doing anything illegal here or anything like that, but it's good to have my first real infield up. I arrived in Bangkok. Had to go into, it was only 24-hour quarantine. Spent that whole night there and the whole next day, and they let me out the next night. The next night, then I had to travel to the hotel, which is somewhere here, and pretty much just set myself up, figured out where I could get food, stocked up the fridge, all the basic stuff, just unpacking. And then my first day was officially the third day there, but it was, technically my first day that I could actually really game. So I woke up and got straight into it. And so what we're going to be watching here is my, where is it? We start up here somewhere. Hopefully this is okay. There we go. So what happened here was made an approach, convinced her to come to dinner with me, and then after dinner, let me just stop the footage is pretty bad. Anyway, she's cute. So basically, if you have a look at it, I think this is Terminal 21. This is the big shopping center. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Approached her somewhere here, walked somewhere down here, I think. Convinced her to come all the way back. We walked all the way back to the food court, had food, and because I had a camera, I didn't want to film inside the food court, and I turned it off. But then we had dinner, and then after that I pulled back to my hotel, so it was all in one go. So we're also gonna discuss Thailand and why Thailand is no longer a good place to game anymore. I'm going to pitch my case why you shouldn't go there anymore. I'll go in depth a bit later on, but let's just get straight into this.
Hello? Hi. How are you? Oh, that's good.
Hello, hi, excuse me. And then eventually she turns to me, and obviously I'm being as nice as possible because I'm in another country. So arrived day 1, stayed that night all the way through to day 2, got let out, got to my hotel day 2 at night, couldn't really do anything, the clubs aren't open. Then day 3, woke up, got refreshed, got ready to go, and then this is day 3 at night time. I also recommend that you guys, especially if you're in another country, in this country it's perfectly okay. It also doesn't break any of the terms of services of YouTube to put this up. The idea here is that, you know, you can you go into dinner, you can go meet a girl and ask her to dinner, and you know, you can get lucky from hello to pretty much your hotel.
I'm walking in the same direction as you. What a coincidence. Okay. My Thai is not very good either.
Oh, what a coincidence, we're walking in the same direction. And she says, oh, my English isn't that good. Her English is actually quite good. Thai's English level is very poor. I was surprised Thailand's language was so bad.
I'm gonna live in Thailand forever. I think I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna move here and live here.
That's the basic strategy. I'm living here forever, so therefore I'm possibly boyfriend material. This is the game that a lot of guys play. This does not work in Thailand because thousands of guys go to Thailand and play that exact same game. They've wised up to it, people. Stop doing it. This was day one, okay? So I was just getting into the groove. I didn't know anything about Thailand at this point.
I'm from Australia.
Hyatt Regency.
Yeah. Is this your area? Do you live in this area, or do you live very far? Come here for work? From home?
Yeah.
Oh, because of COVID, I guess.
Yeah, but now I'm living at a hotel.
Oh, you're living at a hotel? Oh.
Before I'm back home hometown, I don't know when my office
Where is your hometown very far from here?
Yeah.
So you come here to live in a hotel? Okay, so you came here in a hotel to work online in a hotel in the city. So why did you have to come here for the location? If you're working online, shouldn't you just stay in your hometown?
If you're wondering why I'm giving her a third degree about why are you staying in a hotel, why you're working from home, that's an interesting job, and you live in the country, why don't you work online in the country instead of coming to a hotel in this, like, it turns out that this area, by the way, this is an awful place to live. This whole area in Bangkok is a red light district. It's where all the white dudes hang. I had no idea. I learnt the hard way. Yeah, I don't recommend that you guys go there for a multitude of reasons, but I'm giving it a third degree because I was wondering, please don't be a prostitute, because oh man, Bangkok is literally like stepping into an alien. I don't know, it was like literally stepping on another planet. Prostitutes and ladyboys, it was kind of sickening, to be honest. I didn't really like that at all, and I pride myself in the fact that I've never ever paid a prostitute. You know, it's a point of pride.
So why did you come to the city?
Yeah, actually, my office at Daygame, you know.
Oh, okay. So what are you doing for work?
Email support.
Email, so email marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving her the third degree. I think that's where I am. That's the exact point where I'm walking by right now. I'm gonna try and track where we're walking. Right here. This is the corner we're on right now.
I kind of understand. So kind of email marketing type stuff.
See these guys? These guys are on the street, and let's see if I can get a better shot. There you go. Look at what they're selling. Can you see that? They're literally selling all of these sex toys on the street. And down here at the bottom, I remember trying to read all of these, and it was all like Viagra. It was like out of date Viagra. They're selling medication here. I couldn't believe it. And that looks interesting. So there's that thing. And what the hell is that big ring thing? Yeah, Thailand.
I'm going with you because I just met you and I'm walking with you. I have nowhere to go. It's Thursday night. Are you walking this way?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I walk with you a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Okay, awesome. Is your hotel up here?
Is that a 7-Eleven?
This is an interesting area.
I think that street is the 7-Eleven. I think it says 7-Eleven.
I just moved here 3 days ago.
Yes, that's the corner.
And so I've been here 3 days, and tomorrow I'm moving about south. I forgot the name. There's a big shopping centre nearby.
Oh yeah, as soon as I arrived, I wasn't even in that hotel room. Well, at that point I'd been in that hotel room 24 hours. I realised that it was in the red light district. It was disgusting. There's all these white sex tourists all over the place. I thought it was disgusting. I'm there to meet nice Thai girls, not go there and pay for Thai girls. Definitely not. So I'm there the game too. None of the nightclubs are open, and all the bars in that area were just like full of prostitutes, and it was just like a red light district, typical dirty red light district. So within 24 hours of arriving, I decided I was moving out, and I looked at the map and I picked out a new spot. While I was there, I stayed in 5 different hotels, bouncing around, and just burnt out each location, just spammed the hell out of it. Like spammed the fuck out of every location, changed hotel to burn out another location.
Maybe 5 kilometers south. Maybe more. Maybe 5 or 10 kilometers down. Yeah. Not really. I guess I could say I'm doing a little bit of work online. Only a little bit, but it's more fun and a little bit of work. Because
More fun and a little bit more. Need a game.
I was going to get something to eat.
Oh, really?
I was going to the shopping centre,
Oh.
and you walked the other direction, and so it's your fault why I'm following you.
It's her fault.
Now you're taking me this way. Yeah.
Communication issues, massive English problems.
Well, are you hungry?
No.
Would you like to come with me all the way back to the shopping centre and have dinner with me?
Oh, okay. So where you want to eat?
Are you hungry?
Boom. So, where are we? So this is it. So I saw a little alleyway. We're around here somewhere, I think. And then now we're gonna walk all the way back to the corner where the 7-Eleven was. And we're gonna walk all the way down to, it says here, Pier 21 food court. Yeah, we're gonna go here. We actually ate in this actual where this photo is.
Would you like to eat with me?
No, I can eat a little bit if you want.
Yes.
So
All the way back. So, all the way back to where I first met you. The big shopping centre over here. That one. They have I think they have a big food court in there.
But I will eat a little bit.
Okay. I've only had some fruit today because my friend who I'm living with, where we went apartment shopping today, and so all day we were inspecting places to live, because this area, it's a little bit dirty.
As I told you guys.
It's like
So really, I hadn't really gamed. I got out of quarantine, unpacked, realized that I hated the area, and then, yeah, that's right, first day, started hunting for somewhere else to stay.
prostitutes, and it's red light district. You know what I mean?
No.
So, I don't like this area.
Yeah.
I don't like this area. I'm gonna move. That's why today we were traveling around all day, just trying to find somewhere better to live. The hotel's really nice. It's just the location. Yeah. Oh. It's probably not a good idea. Yeah, stay inside at night time. Even for me, I walk around and they're like, "You want girl? You want girl? You want girl?" I'm like, "What? What the fuck is this?" Yeah.
I'm also kind of testing her. I'm letting her know that I don't like prostitutes, and that if you are, this is your chance to escape, because I don't like prostitutes. So if you are one of them, this is your chance to go.
And there's so many really fat white guys. Like this guy here, see this guy here? See him? Really fat old white guys.
There we go. Really fat old white guys. There we go. He's probably like drinking on the street. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. This is probably a good time to show you guys the demographic cliff that Thailand's going off. As you can see, well, you see a healthy demographic would be, these are the older people at the top, and these are, children and babies at the bottom. What you want is a proper pyramid. You want a lot of babies at the bottom, so you want all the boys to come out to somewhere like here. Same with the girls. And you want a relatively clean pyramid, But Thailand's gone off a demographic cliff. As you can see here, we've got 30s, or as soon as from 30 years old all the way through to say 55 is the bulge, which means in the next 10 years this bulge is going to be up here, which means that there's all of these people at the top who are retiring, or they're too sick to work, or they're too old to work, or they've saved enough money and they've retired and they're just consumers. And down the bottom, by the looks of things, you're going to have, 30% less people trying to produce during their working years enough not only for themselves but for the aging population. Governments end up taxing the hell out of the people during these times. There's usually inflation, there's usually political unrest, and during this time period what usually happens is the girls down here start panicking, and they start realizing, okay, it's no more time to play around. I need to find myself a husband and start popping out some kids, because in countries like this, their retirement fund pretty much is how many kids they have. That's the reality of a third world country. So you got girls down here that are like 19 through to say 30. They're starting to realize, look at the massive population above them that's about to start retiring, they need to figure out what they're going to do. This bulge here, they were sold a lie. They were told that their economy is going to continue to grow. They opened up lots of universities. They got themselves in debt to get university degrees for jobs that are now no longer, they're just non-existent. You know, countries, they hit the middle income gap, the middle income trap. This is a problem with Canada right now, actually. This is a big problem with Canada. It's a bigger problem in Canada, I would say, than it is with Thailand. Thailand, it's already poor. They already know they're poor, generally understand that they need to help each other out. Thai people now have become more xenophobic, which usually happens with an aging population. You know, these older people up here, when they become the largest demographic, they become a little bit bitchy. They become a little bit scared of foreigners. They start telling the younger girls down here that you should date a good Thai guy and have some kids and get married and do the right thing and become a little bit more traditional. These things are starting to play out. I noticed that while I was there. Big time demographic cliff. The sex ratio is the only thing that's making this okay. You know, on average, there's 5 to 10% more women than there are men. You can see that it's starting to even out in the younger generations, but this generation here, like you can say this one here, massive difference. 47, 52, 5% difference. You go down to the big bulge. The big bulge. This was when Thailand was famous for traveling there and meeting lots of girls. All these people, there's money flowing into the country. They were educating themselves. During that time period, a lot of women that were educated, there was human capital flight out of the country. Now this is starting to bite them because you can see down here, it's like 50-49. These are 20 to 24-year-old girls. It's almost even, you see. There were bigger differences in the older age range. So it's, between 20 and 20, 24, 20 and 30. It's pretty much exactly the same. There's not even really 1% difference. On top of that, the country's become a little bit more xenophobic because it's aging. They're going to start taxing. There's all these issues, which is now forcing and putting a lot of pressure on the 18 to say 30-year-old women to just find themselves a good Thai guy and get married and stop playing around with those awful foreigners. So Thailand's no longer a good place to go. It's kind of like Japan. Japan went off the demographic cliff a long time ago, but Japan is a total different country. They're so advanced. Their technology, their robotics, that they can automate things. That Thailand is the opposite. Thailand messes everything up. Okay, I've geeked out enough. Thailand, long story short, Thailand is finished. Don't go there anymore. Don't go to Thailand. On top of that, when you've got a girl that's struggling financially and fatty here, fat loser, comes along and he's willing to throw her some baht to spend the week with him, she's more likely to choose the cash instead of risking it with a guy like me, unless you've got game and you're able to do what I'm doing here. She's more likely to take the cash, because the demographic cliff and the economy's in a lot of trouble. Big time lot of trouble. Not as much trouble as Canada though. Canada's finished. Canada's finished as a country. Thailand is no longer a desirable place to go meet women, and it won't be possibly for another 20 years. When you have a look at this, it might not be for more than 20 years. We'll see what happens with this bulge in the next decade and have a close look at what's happening geopolitically. This all matters. The other factor is that the it's all Thai people, which does help them. It's not like a multicultural country like Canada that's gonna break up. But oh man, this is a bad place to go meet girls. Let's just put it that way. And that's why when you go there, on top of that, the girls are more likely to take money from losers like this, because of just the economy and all the issues that they have over there, more so than I dare say by the looks of this 20 years ago. 20 years ago would have been party central. I also noticed that if I met a girl that was like 30 or over, not that I met up or dated a girl over 30 while I was over there, I noticed that the girls over 30, they spoke better English. The younger girls, the girls like this one here that are around 22, 21, they're less likely to speak English. That's why I was so surprised that she could speak good English. Okay, we've nerded out. Let's continue.
Yeah. But I would say it's a cultural experience. I'm learning about the culture. This is culture. Yeah. So what have you been doing all day today? So today is Thursday. So you worked today, did you? Online? Okay. Were you at the office? Were you at the office? Office?
Oh,
Shopping?
yeah.
Ah, okay. What were you shopping for? What's this?
It's my desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like for work or just normal dress?
Oh, yeah. That's all.
Casual, I see. Yeah, I need to go shopping. Can you take me shopping sometime?
Yes, if you want.
I do. I want. Because I took one bag and I have 3 shirts
Oh.
and 1 pair of pants. That's it. Because I can only carry so much traveling. Oh, like this here. You see?
So,
Prostitute. In Australia we call that prostitute. Many prostitutes here.
I'm making it clear that I don't like prostitutes.
That's why I need to leave.
but you just come to Thailand like not too long, like.
3 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you have come here before?
Never.
Oh, really?
No, because I didn't know this area. If I'd been here before, I wouldn't have come here. I wouldn't have come to this area. I would have come to a different area. Yeah. So where I'm staying is south. So tomorrow morning we move to south Bangkok, and then maybe we might go.
I think they might be prostitutes there. So a little update on where we're at. Where were we? So we walked up to here. This is where we turned around. We walked back to the corner. We turned left. We're already, I believe we're somewhere around here. Somewhere around here.
All the way to the north of Bangkok. I want to find out the area. I don't know, you know?
Yep. We are around here. So a little bit further to go.
Explore. Yeah. Have you done any traveling? Only in Bangkok? You haven't been next door to Vietnam or Cambodia?
Actually, I never go around here.
Oh.
Let's just skip a little bit more. This is getting boring.
So everybody had to stay inside. Very, very bad in Australia.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us go outside. Oh, cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I live down there. Yeah, hotel down there.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Terminal 21. Terminal 21. So we are... Where are we? We are literally now... Terminal 21, we're standing right here.
Like
About to cross
a
the
few
road.
down there. Just here.
Okay.
What? What happened there? That girl, she looked at you like this. She's like,
I don't know.
like she knows
Maybe
you.
they had you with me.
What? Maybe she thought you were working. Like her. See?
Did you understand what I was getting at there? That girl looked like she thought you were working, almost insinuating that she could be a prostitute. I keep doubling, tripling, quadrupling. I just keep hammering down on this because I want to make sure that she's not a prostitute. I was paranoid, probably over paranoid, while I'd only just arrived. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't meeting any prostitutes. On top of that, I had a sneaky suspicion that girl was looking at the girl with me because she had light skin. Now, this is another thing I learned about Thailand, is that it's you'll notice that a lot of the guys that are in Thailand, they're dating or sleeping with, a lot of the white guys, they're sleeping with dark-skinned Asian girls. Now, if you understand a little bit about Asia, the light-skinned Asian girls are seen as beautiful. So light skin is seen as pretty, whereas the dark-skinned girls, they're seen as unattractive, lower class, lower education, poorer, etc., etc., etc. Everything bad. That's not me judging them. Don't get that confused with me. That's how Thailand and how Asia judges them. And so you quite often see a lot of white guys over there with dark-skinned girls. A lot of those dark-skinned girls are going with white guys because they don't have any other choices. Those dark-skinned girls might be pretty in Europe. They might seem pretty in America. But in Asia, they're lower class, which means that the high-quality Asian guys don't want them. They're girls that no one really wants. And that's why you see a lot of white guys with darker skinned Asian girls. Now this girl, on the other hand, is light skinned. Now I live in Asia, so I understand. Well, I live in Australia, which is pretty much Asia. There's a lot of Asians there, so I understand how Asia works. I prefer what the Asian guys and the Asian people prefer as well. I don't know, maybe it's just exposure, maybe it's just social conditioning. Everybody else wants it, so I want it as well. There could be a multitude of reasons why, but this girl is light-skinned, pretty, looks like she's got her own job. I keep hammering down because she's got money. She's clearly got money. I'm just trying to make sure she's not a prostitute, right? The girl that walked by, the reason why I'm telling you this is because the girl that walked by, she looked at her like, oh, what's happening? She was probably shocked that in this area, a light-skinned, pretty white girl that looked like she might be of upper class is hanging out with a white guy, a foreigner. The pretty girls are reserved for Thai guys. Now, a lot of white guys will go there and say that they get laid and they're super duper successful in Thailand, but they're not. If you look for this and you look closely, you'll see that a lot of the guys over there are dating brown girls or darker skinned girls that are kind of rejected by Thai society in general. You'll also notice in the stores, the fashion stores, they're only the pretty light skinned girls. the same pretty light-skinned girls that prefer watching K-pop and Asian guys. So they're the more difficult to say, if you could say, to get. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that she wasn't actually looking at her, I suspect, because she thought she was a prostitute. She was looking at her because of the demographics, and at the moment white girls like that are in demand. This girl, and it was pretty much like, what's this guy doing, this foreigner doing with this pretty girl?
This place is...
I don't know.
Yeah, this place is very interesting.
You can see I'm covering up the camera. Now, I knew the legalities of filming a conversation, which is as harmless as it gets. But the legalities of filming inside a store, usually the law changes. You're now filming on private property.
So we go up
So I'm preparing to turn the camera off. I can't do it right in front of her.
to the top. Yeah. All the way to the top.
It's good to just see some of the mall. I see guys filming in the malls all the time. I saw many vlogs inside Terminal.
You know the food court up the top?
You can search
I'll show
Terminal
you.
21. You'll see
I'll show you.
many.
This is now my shopping centre. I know it really well now.
Well, there you go. I'm like, I know it really well. I've been there 24 hours. This is now my mall. Yeah, you scout out where you're going to take girls on dates beforehand. So I scouted it out pretty well. I was pretty efficient. So we went in here. We went to the top level. I think it was level 4 or level 5. Went to the food court. Does this show a photo? Yeah, we actually went there. Then we came back out and went back to my hotel, which was on this street, somewhere around here. And when I got back there, now this is where the stories kick in. When I got back there, the first night that I got out of quarantine, I took my luggage, went to the new hotel, and then I went for a walk, and I met this guy that was vlogging outside, this American dude, and we got into a conversation, and he seemed like a cool guy, so exchanged contact info, so I had someone to hang out with, another person while I was there. And when I was pulling this girl back, he was out there. He was out the front of my hotel negotiating with some prostitutes. And I'm bringing this girl back, and he's the guy he was with goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have to ask how you negotiate," as if like the girl that I was taking back was a prostitute. And he seemed impressed with how pretty she was, and I was like, no, this is a good girl. I started sweating. I was like, what the hell, what did I get myself into? Anyway, maybe in some future travel videos, I think I might be traveling and meeting up with these guys in the future, and maybe you get to meet these guys, and you can confirm that this pull is real. But on top of that, hopefully that was entertaining. Hopefully that was educational. Hopefully that was inspiring as to what you can do when you're out and about. Obviously this is the type of stuff that I do in Australia all the time, but it's just illegal, and I'm not willing to do anything illegal in Australia. Australia's a totalitarian shithole these days, and so I have to be very careful with everything I do. But in Thailand, this is totally legal. I even spoke to a a Westerner that knew the Thai laws, and was like a pseudo sort of lawyer in Thailand. He said this is perfectly okay. So I ran it by him, and anyway, I think just being in the dating industry, you get targeted, even though pranksters and everybody else do so much worse. But anyway, that's today's video. Hopefully it's been cool. Hopefully you learnt a little bit. Hopefully I didn't nerd out too much. By the way, okay, also subscribe if you're new to this channel, and obviously check out my website if you're interested in getting some coaching. Join up to my groups, send me a DM, and I think I might nerd out on a lot of what I learned. I wasn't in Thailand very long, but I think I'll nerd out on what I learned while I was there about the demographics. That's what I identify as one of the key reasons why Thailand is no longer a good place for you to go to meet women. There's a million other good places in Asia. I'm obviously not going to tell you unless you do a boot camp with me and meet me at said location. There's some gold mines. Thailand's not it. Thailand's possibly the worst place I ever went to meet women. Japan has gone off a demographic cliff, but I'd say Japan was so much better just because it's just cleaner. The girls are far more beautiful. Less landmines like ladyboys and gay dudes running around harassing you, and prostitutes, etc. Japan's just cleaner in general, even though Japan is probably the other hard place in Asia. But there are places a million times better than Thailand to go. And if you get anything out of this and you're thinking of traveling anywhere, don't travel to Thailand. Worst place ever to go. And don't just look at it and go, oh, well, you got laid on your first day and you were able to pull a girl straight. I'm a different beast. I've been doing this a long time and I'm experienced. Most guys struggle over there without having to pay for it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, hey?